Hey guys, I actually had 4 appointments set today. 1 for my client over at M&D, 3 over at Berkey Tech. 1 to shout out M&D. We had a great conversation with someone over for a med spa. We had previously connected with them, kind of went over some information. They actually wanted to know a little bit more about M&D. Was able to talk to them about it and set them up with a meeting for next week so we can really hope to drive home that business.
So I got one for my Spokane client. It was the CEO of a healthcare practice that I had talked to before. He worked for a different practice. Last time I got him, about a year ago, he was like, yeah, we'd love to talk. You guys sound great, but the practice is going away, blah, blah, blah. Well, I found out that he's the new CEO at this other practice. Still had his cell phone, and they got about 100 users. They're getting good service, but they're looking to see if we can still top that. We do great service as well. We pride ourselves in quality. It might come down to pricing, but quality, you get what you pay for. I think it'll be a good introduction, none the least, with the CEO. 100 users, that's usually the wheelhouse of what we've been helping, and we've showcased a lot of good expertise specifically with healthcare, and if we show them that, I think we might have a good chance of being something in the back pocket.
Set an appointment today for one of my clients out in Buffalo, New York. Looks to be a really good communications company. Several users out there. Wants to start the conversation with us here in a couple of weeks. Kind of a funny call as he is in the middle of attending the PGA Championship. So as soon as that wraps up, we'll be getting in touch and getting the ball rolling.
Got one today from my guy in North Carolina. It's a pretty good one. It's with a local country club. They've got about 32 users. Got a call back actually from the voicemail I left with the general manager from the gal that's kind of heading up their current evaluation. They've been working with the same company for a little while now, and noticed within the last probably 8 to 12 months, ball's been getting dropped a little bit, and they kind of realized they haven't really looked at anything in a while. So seems like good timing. They've got about 32 users over there, 1 physical server, a lot of needs specifically in the cybersecurity space, which is kind of where my client shines. So it should be a really good conversation. But that one's set up for Monday, and hopefully take one home from here.
Let's bring it down. If you're on a call, close it. If not, let's hold up.
We had a nice second half of the day yesterday. I think I saw somewhere around like 6 or 7 meetings to cap the end of the day. I could be wrong because I think Myles had maybe 1 or 2 towards the end of the day. I know I was leaving at like 5:30, and I walk in here, he's the only one in here, and I hear him going, so yeah, let me just check the calendar. So Tuesday, and I'm just like, is he gonna know one right now? Like after hours app. So that was awesome. I will start by saying, tell us about that one.
Yeah, it was funny. It was one that was in no response. I'd been calling the guy since like early last year. Just never picked up, and I called him at the end of the day. He was actually going to the Kentucky Derby, so he was leaving town. I called him like walking out of the office, and he was like, "Yeah, I have a guy that helps out, but I would like to talk." Because I had a guy on staff that was also doing some stuff for us, but he's like, "I just had to let him go." He's like, "So we're running into some issues. I would like to talk." So we're giving them a call next Tuesday.
You said early last year?
It was like March of last year when I first called.
It's been over a year?
It's been over a year, and it was just like, I'd left voicemails, so it was just a no response.
Did he say he remembered you at all?
No, he had no idea. He had never heard of us.
That happens.
Yeah.
I know that the other side of it is sometimes it happens where they do remember you. Yeah. So, but that's awesome. Just goes to show working that process works out. And he's the owner, it sounds like?
Yeah, he's the owner. Yeah, it's like a real estate company.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good job. Who else? Who had some good success through the second half of yesterday or this morning? I'd like to talk about it. Dakota?
I had one yesterday afternoon for Berkey Tech. It was a logistics distribution center. They have 12 users and 3 servers. So we're having an appointment next week with them. And then I just got one before this meeting for M&D for reference that previous notes that I tried reaching out to them, sent an email, she didn't remember, asked about the email again, and I said, what are you looking for? She asked those questions, and I said, those questions can be answered in 10-15 minutes with, my president, Mike. Let's just get it all set up for quick call, and she said, let's do it. So, get it all set up.
There you go. So literally you got 2 appointments in your first 36 hours of dialing. Look at that.
It's a pretty good one.
So on pace for 20. Anything less is a complete failure. I'll open it up and say, still appointments or any proposals?
Scotty? Oh, you're muted, bro.
Scotty, you muted? There you go.
I am unmuted now. Yep, so we had a meeting with RCS Construction in Illinois yesterday. The meeting went really well. John got a proposal out for them yesterday afternoon for $344,000. He said it should be pretty promising. The guy had asked us to look at his business, but also his house, so it could be a 2-for-1 there.
Yeah, also his house. That's the solar client.
That's
You don't know who
huge.
John is, so.
So for those of you who don't know, Scotty scheduled 4 meetings for them last month. 2 of them went to proposal. One was, 10 million, and the other is 300,000. And $300,000 deal, it didn't even hit the minimum. Our minimum requirement on square footage is 10K, and I think it was at 8K. So that's 17 grand Scotty will get on a less than minimum requirement opportunity that he found. So pretty good one. Pretty good one.
Appointments today for my client in Utah. The first one was for a country club. About 30 computers. They have a server. It's one location. I chatted with him last month. He wanted me to follow up, and we set a virtual appointment for next Tuesday. He wants to meet about just making sure that the price and the service that he's getting is competitive. They're working with 2 companies. The largest country club organization in the world is kind of handling most of their stuff remotely, but they have a local company that's doing some server support, providing their hardware, things like that. So he wants to make sure that everything's still competitive with that company. The other one was for a really big pediatrics organization out in Utah, 9 locations. They have a ton of servers, about 150 computers across all locations. Set it with the administrator. It was kind of a tough one. He said that the company they've been working with for a while, the price is super good. So he said that that's kind of his main concern. Wants to see what our pricing looks like and the services that we provide. So we set up a virtual call for next Friday with him. We're going to go in there with both of them, just kind of give them pricing, services, and see if there's a fit.
I got one this morning for a client in Wisconsin. It's with a church, around 15 to 20 users. They work with an MSP now for security and server work, but she wanted a proposal, even though they're in a contract with them. She wants to kind of hear about what we do. They aren't super happy with who they work with now, so we kind of came in a good spot, and it should be a good opportunity.
So yeah, just set an appointment for one of my clients out in Connecticut. It was with a manufacturer. Kind of a quick story here. I called her 2 or 3 months ago, kind of introduced myself, and she perked up on the phone. She's, oh, the IT company? I was like, yeah. Have we talked before? She's like, no, but I left a voicemail for the CEO, who transferred that voicemail over to her, and that's how she knew about us. So she said she's actually going to be reaching out to us in a couple months. They're going to be looking for a new company. Sent her over an email, and then today I followed up with her. I found a time via email to schedule for June, since May's crazy busy. So yeah, not quite sure the exact size, but just based on looking, anywhere from 20 to 30 users. So it should be a pretty good one, and if they're looking, I know my client's going to be happy. So we'll see how it goes, and be a good one.
So just got a really great appointment for my new client today. They're a marketing firm, specialized with small businesses. I came across this business over in Fulton, Missouri. They actually work with disabled and special needs workers, providing them with jobs. And yeah, they were really kind of struggling with brand identity. Their website was very vague. They were really struggling to promote content, kind of establish, get the word out, show their cause, what they're doing for the community. So I set them up on an appointment next week. We're going to go over what we can do for them as far as branding and kind of, just be able to showcase what they do over there. So really excited about this one.
Ended the day with 5 Arsenal appointments, 2 of those in Destin, Florida, 3 in Greeley, Colorado. The 3 in Colorado were really good. They're wanting to grow commercially, but just don't want to deal with managing a pipeline. So fingers crossed, and we'll see what happens.